Hello and welcome. My name is Brett, and today I want to share with you an exercise routine filled with movements that people with fibromyalgia can do and hopefully can benefit from doing these movements. They're going to be simple, and the movements, I want you to focus while you're doing them on pushing your comfort zone ever so slightly, but not intensely. You need to feel comfortable with what you're doing and feel good about what you're doing so that you can continue to do it. And the more you're able to move the body and get it just slightly outside of its comfort zone, the more it's going to improve your range of motion, your circulation, which is really the areas that are going to help with the fibromyalgia. Now, I know that you can suffer from pain in the neck, lower back, the shoulders, I'm sure into the hips and the legs as well. There's tenderness everywhere, and this tenderness is from inflammation. It's really important when we're inflamed to eat right, hydrate really well with clean, pure fluids like waters, herbal teas, things of that nature. But it's also important to exercise to improve blood flow by increasing flexibility and range of motion. These are the kind of things that can actually relieve that inflammation. It's also a great stress relief, and they've shown that fibromyalgia, it can be related to stress as well. It can heighten it. So being able to exercise and relieve some of that stress and tension that's literally held up in our muscles just by moving is a great step you can take towards feeling a little better each and every day. So let's get into some movements. Again, everything's going to be simple and light. Let's start off with just big arm circles, loosening up our joints. I want you to think about loosening up your joints, just allowing everything to kind of relax and loosen as you do some big arm circles one way and then big arm circles back the other way. You can connect with your body, and you can make a difference just by thinking about it. We're physiological, and we send chemical messages all throughout the body just by thinking about it. So if you put a little focus, a little intention in loosening up and feeling better as we do some just light crosses here, it's going to go a long way into actually allowing you to do that. The body responds to positivity, and it responds to what we think about. So put a little belief in what you're doing, feel good about what you're doing, and you will have success. Little rolls here. Good. Everything gentle. Everything is going to be slow. From here, I want to do a basic front raise all the way up, and then push it back down. I want you to act like you're in the water. Lift up and push it back down. Lift up and push it back down. Stay loose in your lower body. Let the knees kind of bend and do their thing. Try not to stand rigid. You want to really loose and back down. Now you can act like you have resistance here. Like I said, imagine that you're pushing water with this. Big inhale. Press it down the outside. Reach up with it high. Extend that body, really reach. Open up the chest and the stomach and back down. Good. And to the outsides. Out to the outside and relax it back down. Raise to the outside and relax it back down. Feel the tension up here in the shoulders. I know that there could be some tenderness there, so take it easy. Don't push yourself too hard, but feel that little bit of tension and then relax it back down. This is going to just push the limits of your flexibility and your range of motion. And by doing that, you're increasing the blood flow to that region, which is allowing the body to deal with that inflammation, that tightness, and hence the tenderness and the pain. So just lightly push your comfort zone, lift, and back down. Pinch up those shoulder blades, and back down, nice and relaxed. And back down, perfect. And back down, good. Now let's do a little bit of core. We're going to do some standing crunches. This is a great movement that I myself do to actually improve my abdominal strength, but it takes focus. So I want you to put your hands up like you're in a boxing match, turn the palms towards your face, and then I want you to imagine that somebody is just about to knock you in the stomach and you clench. It can even be somebody about to tickle you in the stomach. Either way, that feeling, that clench, is what we're looking for, right in your abdominals. You squeeze the abdominals for a second, give a sharp exhale, and relax. Squeeze, and relax, and relax. There's a little bit of bend to this, but it's mostly about this contraction of your core. You don't have to bend at the waist big. It's all about mental, oh, somebody's about to tickle me, and squeeze and relax. Gentle squeeze and relax. Squeeze to the center and relax. Squeeze to one side and relax. Little exhales with the squeezing. Relax up. Squeeze down and relax up. A few more. And relax. Squeeze, protecting yourself, and relax. Squeeze and relax. Perfect. Now we're going to do some twists. Twists are great, and they're often overlooked as one of the 7 basic body movements. It is important to twist the spine out a little bit, so we're going to start slow to begin with. I want you to keep your hips oriented and locked in one position, facing forward. You're just turning your upper body with that orientation. If you want to increase the tension here, you can put your hands together and twist to one side, and then twist as far as you can to the other side. Notice my elbows can be bent. Exhaling as you twist to each side. Again, much like the standing crunch, engage the core as you twist to one side. I'm trying to twist as far as I am comfortable with while maintaining my hips in one direction. Perfect. Again, dealing with this fibromyalgia, you want to improve the range of motion, so changing things up by twisting down low and then twisting up high, twisting down low and twisting up high. This is going to diversify and improve your range of motion. It's going to work different angles, which is going to just make your flexibility and hence your blood flow that much better. So play with it. You don't have to always twist in one direction. Your body moves in lots of directions, and it's important for you to move in those directions, to stay loose, to stay healthy, and to keep circulation going to all areas. So bend down a little bit, reach up high to the other side. Bend down a little bit, reach up high to the other side. Going at your pace. Take a moment, relax, roll it out a little bit. We can stretch one arm across, really reach, stretch to one side, pull gently on the back of the elbow. Just feel the stretch here in the delt, into the shoulder. We'll take a second to relax. Again, you want to enjoy this. You want to find the good in it. And obviously stretching helps with the circulation and the range of motion as well, so it's important to stay loose as we pump some blood into our muscles here. It's a good time when you're already warmed up to do a lot of good for your flexibility. So take a second, stretch with me, breathe with me, and we'll go on to do some more movements. Perfect. Swing them out a little bit. And from here, hands pressed together as if in prayer. Turn the hands so the fingers point straight outwards, and with pressure in between your palms, I want you to press outwards. Again, the pressure is about how much you're comfortable with. In weightlifting, we put plates between the hands and put a lot of pressure on it, but here it's not about that. It's not about so much fight, but you still can challenge your muscles just by pressing your hands together. Just trying to hold a flat piece of paper in between your hands and then press outwards with it. Again, it's a gentle movement. Keep a tight core and upright posture. Bring it back, and as you bring it back, pinch the shoulder blades together and then press straight back outwards. This is working your pectorals, your chest muscles. Everything slow, everything controlled, keeping pressure on that piece of paper. Perfect. Allow the arms to hang down the sides, palms facing upwards. I want you to imagine that you're lifting a bag of dog food and then pushing it back down, dropping it away. So as we lift, our palms come up, we contract the biceps, lift, and as we turn our palms and push it back down, we contract the back of our upper arm, the triceps. Put as much tension on this as you feel comfortable with. Again, your mind is a powerful tool. It fires the muscles based on how much you think about it. If you're imagining lifting a lot of weight, your mind will fire more neurons and hence send more message to the muscle to work harder. The more you gently stress your levels of comfort, the more you'll grow and you'll expand your strength, your range of motion, and hence your blood flow, flexibility, and hopefully all that relieves some of the pain. Down and out to these sides. Up to the center, down and out to the sides. Up to the center, down and out to the sides. Perfect. Now shake it out again a little bit. Put one hand up over your head. Put the other hand on top of the elbow and just gently press down. Just gentle tension here. This is really going to stretch the tricep and into the shoulder as well. We'll hold this for a good few breaths. Big inhales in. Nice controlled exhales. Thank yourself and feel good about what you're doing for your body while you take the time to stretch. Again, positivity does wonders in the body. Your body responds chemically. And that can make a huge difference in how we feel. Gentle pressure down on the other elbow, placing it down in the center of your upper back, and just breathe. Big inhales in through the nose. Remember to stay on slightly bent knees. You're springy. This is taking the pressure off the joints. Again, a huge thing in taking pressure off any inflamed areas is just allowing the joints to be springy on the muscles rather than tight. Allow them to be springy and you'll feel relief. Good. Let's do some lower body movements. We're going to keep these fairly small. First, let's start off with a wide stance. From here, we're going to make sure that our toes are still relatively pointing forward. You want the feet as parallel as possible. We're going to sit down in this ever so slightly. Again, as much as you are comfortable, push to one side and then over to the other side. Arms are out in front. You need to keep your posture upright, so roll those shoulder blades back and just push side to side. Push the butt backwards as if looking for a chair. We're kind of just skating here side to side. It's fun to imagine that as you do these style of movements, and just sit into it as much as you are comfortable. Again, trying to keep the knee behind the toes as much as possible. One side, other side, nice straight back. Great. Come up to straight, bring the feet back into about shoulder width apart, and we're going to do a small squat. It doesn't have to be deep, but make sure the butt goes back as if looking for a chair. Butt goes back, hands are forward for balance, stand up and squeeze the hips forward. This little accentuation is going to make sure that you're really working the glutes, the backside. So much tension is held in the hips. So increasing blood flow here is huge. They say that shoulders and neck is where a lot of tension is stored, but often in women it's almost more so in the hips, and we don't even realize it. So increasing the circulation and the flexibility here will be huge. Keep the knees in line. Make sure they don't go over top of the toes. You don't want to rock forward. You want to keep your butt back. Go down as deep as you're comfortable with, and come back up. Nice straight back. Exhale on the way up, and give the squeeze of your glutes forward. Arms can go out in front for balance. A few more. Shake it out a little bit. Use a wall or a chair and grab one ankle. We're going to stretch out the legs ever so slightly. Big breaths in. Just hold an ankle. You bring it to the back side, but it doesn't matter how far. The only thing that I want you to focus on in this stretch is squeezing this glute so that you feel the tension here in the front of your upper leg. When you hold on to your ankle and you squeeze that glute, you should feel a deep stretch right here in the front of the upper leg. It's not necessarily about how far you can twist your ankle around, as much as it is your focus in giving that muscle a little bit of tension by squeezing your glute on the same side. Big inhales in. Again, thanking the body for the work it's doing. Gratitude is one of the most powerful feelings, and it triggers a lot of positive hormones within the body that do a lot of good for us. So try and be grateful for what you have, what you're doing, what your body is giving you, and the effort that you're putting in yourself mentally. It's important to have these thoughts and have these feelings. The gratitude goes a long way in helping the body heal and just be healthy in general. Grab the other leg, again, squeezing the glute to feel the tension in the front of the upper leg. Big breaths in, big breaths out. Thank you for joining me today. Hopefully you've learned some good tips and exercises that could hopefully alleviate some of the inflammation that is causing any discomfort with you. Be well and take care.